Question 12. Well, the first thing to notice here, acceleration is not constant. There's no mention of that, so you can't use the Suvat equation. So we're going to have to differentiate. So we're told what s is. Now v, the velocity, is ds dt, so we have to go and differentiate this to get velocity. So we multiply by the current power, reduce the power by 1. So we get 8t minus 2t squared. Now we're told that t is 4. We need to work out the velocity, so we substitute 4 in, giving us a velocity of 0. So that obviously shows us that it stops sinking when t is 4, because it's when velocity is 0, it stopped moving. Now for part B, we're asked to work out the acceleration when it is released on the surface of the liquid. Now acceleration is dv dt, so we need to go and differentiate v. So we're differentiating this, so we get 8 minus 4t. Now when t is 0, the acceleration is 8 minus 0, which is 8. Now for part 2, we're asked to work out the greatest depth of the object. Well, that's going to be when t is 4, because that's when it stops sinking. So substituting 4 into the depth formula, which is the S formula, we get 21 1/3 meters. Now for part C, it's not clear here, but the booklet provided does give us the axes and how far we've got to go, that we've got to go from 0 to 4 and 0 to 4. So there are clues to help us with these, the velocity time graph and the acceleration time graph. So velocity starts at 0. Let's go back and have a look at the formula. We can see that it's a sad face formula. It's a negative quadratic, so it's going to be a sad face starting at 0, finishing at 4. So the maximum by symmetry is at 2. Now for the acceleration time graph, we're starting off, the acceleration is 8 when t is 0. We know it stops accelerating after 2 seconds, and by symmetry, again just by using the formula, the acceleration is 8 minus 4t. That's a linear graph. That's a straight line graph. So when t is 0, we had our 8. When t is 2, substituting 2 in, we can see the acceleration is 0. And equally, when t is 4, just substituting 4 in, we can see we have an acceleration of minus 8. So we're accelerating in the opposite direction. So a linear graph, a negative gradient, so the graph is this. So my message to you would be to draw the graphs. Don't overthink exactly what's going on, just plot the graphs. So a quadratic sad face and a straight line graph with a negative 4 gradient crossing the y-axis at 8 there.